I'm Dewey Davenport. We're here in Jamestown, Ohio at the Dewey Drome, and I am a modern-day barnstormer.
AOPA keeps flying safe, accessible, and fun by protecting your freedom to fly. We are the most trusted one-stop resource for all things related to general aviation. Become an AOPA pilot today.
I am actually a full-time corporate pilot. I fly for NetJets Aviation. I've been there 15 and a half years. So professionally, I've been flying since I was 25, I would say. And that has allowed me to progress and buy the airplanes. The aircraft that's behind me is a D-25 new standard. It's a 1930 aircraft. It's my second biplane. I also have a 1929 Travel Air 4000. But this aircraft is very unique because it was designed and built just for giving rides. When I built this hangar for a new standard, in dreams to own a new standard. The door is much larger than any hangar because the Travel Air has like a 33-foot wing. This has a 45-foot wing. So I made sure my hangar door was large enough to fit a new standard because my dream was to have the king of the Barnstormer, which is the new standard. But a Barnstormer started after World War I. It's mostly pilots that learned how to fly. After the war, there was no jobs, so they bought surplus aircraft like Jennies and J-1 Standards and different aircraft like that and traveled around the country offering rides to America. And they actually used the community to actually make the aircraft stay alive and keep them alive. They fed each other. So what they would do, they'd land in a place or a field like in Jamestown, Ohio, and they would maybe have a paratrooper or a parachuter jump out, do some tricks, loops, rolls, land in Mr. Smith's field, and then sell rides for 50 cents or $1. And they may do that for 3 or 4 days or a week, depending on how busy they are. And then once they exhaust that location, they move to the next location. And that is kind of what I do. I travel with this aircraft. I go to festivals, balloon festivals, sometimes air shows, fly-ins, and also I just do some fixed base operation also, but I do travel with the airplane very much like they did 100 years ago. And that's what barnstorming was and what it is today. I'm taking a model that was designed 100 years ago, and why I call myself the modern day barnstormer, because I'm probably the most modern day barnstormer. I use a credit card machine off of my cell phone. I can land in a hayfield and use a credit card machine. Back then they didn't have that kind of technology. My marketing spans mostly on social media through YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I do a lot of target marketing, so I put marketing campaigns out in that area, local towns, to let them know that I'm barnstorming through the area, and it works very, very well. I'm able to reach thousands of people, and then they can contact me or go to my website and get more information. I kind of have a following of friends that help me. They have actually went around to events and helped scooters, what we call it, help load passengers, talk to the people that come up to the booth, why I do the flying. I would say I've done 90% of my flying, but then there's Andrew King, who's helped me at all my big events. And now we have Barnstormer 99, we call him, Jared. He helps me at large events also. So there's now 2 other people to help me fly, but virtually the first 2 or 3 years, it was just me doing all the flying. Flying to events with multiple airplanes, it's always great because we're flying loose formations and having fun. It's really unbelievable, to be honest with you. We're flying over cities and things, and in airplanes that's 70, 80 years old. And when we land, we say, hey, did you see this or did you see that? And we did. We got to share that experience, 2 different aircraft. Now, barnstorming, when I'm able to take both of my biplanes, it's fun to look out and there's your other airplane, your friend flying it, you're going to a festival or coming back. Ever since I was a kid, I was probably in junior high. I'd tell my parents I want to own a grass strip, have an old biplane, and I want to give rides in a biplane with a radio engine. And that's what I always dreamed about doing. The people you meet all over the country, all over the world, to be honest with you, they come in from visiting local sites here, and they take a biplane ride to get this experience. But you meet thousands of people with thousands of different stories, and you get to share one story, which is this airplane. And it's kind of my job to share it with people because it has a history that, a lot of antique airplanes, this is 93 years old, but a lot of antique airplanes have great stories. And if you know the story, it really helps people understand the significance of why you have it and why you share it. And that's one of the loves. If I can take someone up and let them experience just a little bit of the thrill that I get out of flying and lifting off the ground, it's really worth every penny.